Hey guys, I thought I'd make a mini review video just to test out these new pens that my friend got me a while ago because my Copic SP multiliner is finally dying and it's a real shame. This is my sky blue one and I'm having like a real hard time finding any kind of replacement cartridges for this pen because they got discontinued a while ago, and there are still some cartridges in America, but the shipping to get them to the UK is just absolutely outrageous. For something this big, they're trying to charge you over £12 in postage. Um, so I've been looking around to try and find like other fine liners that do this sky blue colour because it's a colour I use an awful lot of. Um, and I do have like a lot of other fine liners that I've tried over the years. So these are like some of the ones I've tried. I started off many years ago with the Stedler ones, which, from what I remember, they weren't too great with markers, from what I remember, but they did have quite a nice smooth finish to them, but they were quite scratchy if I remember as well. I haven't used them for quite a long time. And then when I was doing all my comics online a long time ago, about 7 years ago, I used a lot of the Stabilo ones. But the problem with these is they're not great on just regular printer paper. They tend to like bleed in like blotchy like patches, especially if you don't lift your hand away quick enough. They really sink into the paper and don't leave a brilliant finish if you're trying to do really tiny detailed work. So, but then these ones are really cheap. They're only like 70p for one of those to try out. But yeah, I know the Stedler ones do a blue one, but they only do a dark blue one. And then that was the same with a lot of these other ones as well. The Sakura Micron Pigma pens, you can only get dark blue in these. And I didn't think they were that great on just printer paper anyway. I get the similar pooling effect that you get with these ones, but nowhere near as badly. And then the Zig Millennium pens, I noticed did do a pale blue, but it's like really pale. It's not like the nice sky blue that the Copic ones used to do. Or they do again another really dark blue. And then Letraset, these I seem to remember these ones didn't work too well on regular printer paper, and you can't even get these anymore anyway because the company got taken over. So I kind of treat these nicely now because you can't get them anymore. So yeah, and then of course the Copic throwaway disposable multi-liners, and they only come in a dark blue. So anyway, then I remembered that my friend gave me these, and I haven't tried them yet, and there is a blue in the set, so I'm kind of hoping that maybe it might be a little bit similar to the sky blue. I think it's going to be a lot more pale though. But if any of you guys know where I could get either a really cheap refill for this in the UK or another sky blue, just a fine liner by a different company, please let me know. I've been looking around and struggling to find any in this sky blue colour. So yeah, anyway, so I thought I'd give these a go, and I thought while I'm here I'll test out the Stabilo fibre tip pens as well. I have a feeling they're going to be a bit more like just felt tip pens, so probably won't get a whole lot of use. But yeah, I've got this little picture of Portobello here ready to test out the inking process, so we shall see. I did do some research and found that this set retails for roughly £5. I think if you do some shopping around, you can get it for around £4.50. And these are Stabilo felt fibre tip pen ones. You can get those for roughly £4. I think I saw them somewhere for £3.80 as well. But yeah, also these Bic Intensity Fine Liner pens, as they're called. You can also get a bigger set as well, a set of 20, and that was retailing at about £15. But the problem with the bigger set, I found it was a bit weird. You ended up with duplicate colours. You got two of each colour plus a gold and a silver. So I kind of think it's not really worth it when you can get just a single set for like £8. Not £8. What am I talking about? For £4.50. So it would be better value just to get two sets of 8 than get the set of 20 just to pay extra for a gold and a silver. But anyway, that was just my thoughts on it. So yeah, I'm going to open these and see if they're any good. Oh, get to watch me fail at peeling cardboard off. That went well. Okay, also going well. Dig my nail in here. So yeah, you get a mini unboxing video. I did had thoughts of like doing a proper detailed review on my Crazy Comic Lady channel. But the problem I find when I do like proper review videos is I get like really stressed, and then you've got to do like mega amounts of research to see, like, compare it to other stuff. And I was like, nah, I just want to test them out, and you guys get to join the experience with me. So haha, yay. The other thing about all of these other branded fine liners that I have tried out, they all kind of retail roughly at about, say, £2.50 each for a single pen. Whereas these ones, I couldn't actually find them anywhere as like single pens, but they're really cheap just for a set anyway. So yeah, let's give it a go. Right, there's my Portobello picture already. What colour are we going to use for this? I'm kind of tempted to go pink, even though I really want to test the blue. Maybe I'll just do it blue. A blue Portobello, just to see what this pen's like. I'm kind of hoping it's going to be a sky blue. Be a sky blue. Come on. Oh, it is a sky blue, so that's good. But it's not working too well on the printer paper. It's really pooling at like the joins where you like do bits. So I think I will probably fast forward this so you don't have to like sit through the entire inking process. Well, I have to say I was actually kind of surprised, like at the colour, because it feels an awful lot like the sky blue Copic one. I'm gonna do a little like comparison on the sides, just because. Okay, maybe not. When I was using it, it kind of felt the same, but testing them next to each other was a noticeable difference. So, unfortunately, that's not going to be like the perfect replacement for my Copic one, but yeah, it was kind of better than I thought it was going to be. The problem I did have was the exact same problem I have with the Stabilo ones, is that it was kind of pooling, especially when you first started like a line as well. So I don't know, like if you can see like on the top of her eyelidy things here, that's where I started, and you can noticeably see that it kind of pooled a little bit because it really kind of soaked into the paper. Yeah, I had a bit of an accident up here as well because there was like something hard like underneath the paper that was, yeah, it went a bit weird. But so yeah, they're better than I thought, but not a good replacement for my Copic, unfortunately. So back to the drawing board on that. I might try the Zig one as well. I found like a place on eBay as well from China that sell a sky blue fine liner, but it's like a non-branded one for like 80p or something with free shipping. So I might give that a go, just because it's really cheap from China, but I'm not sure if that will be any good. So yeah, I think my next test was going to be to like draw something really quickly over here and then go over it in both a Copic and a Letraset to see like if they blend, if they bleed with, like, I'll give you a huge nose because why not? If they bleed with markers or not. It'd probably be better on like actual, what am I saying? Marker paper. I don't know why I was having so much trouble with that word, but okay, let's go over this in something. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna start with a Copic and see how it works with a Copic. Yeah, that seems fine with a Copic. What about with a Letraset, because they're much more juicy than... Okay, well, they're fine with markers. They don't bleed or anything or run, so yay. I'm sure they'll be like a much better on like Bristow board and and regular marker paper as well, rather than the just cheap printer paper. But yeah, but I think that'll probably, when my my Copic one does finally decide to die, I might switch to this one for the wings and stuff for my story. But yeah, we shall see. I did spot as well that on Amazon you can get a brush version of this pen still, so I was thinking maybe I could buy that and just take the cartridge out of the brush pen, because I'm sure like the cartridges are like interchangeable, because I've got a brush pen in a different colour and like the barrels look the same, so I'm sure like the cartridge is the same. So that's my other possible thing that I could do. But yeah, we'll see. I was going to test out my my Stabilo fiber tip pens next. The cool thing I noticed about these, because I mentioned in like a previous vlog that I like this plastic backing that it had on the packaging, but I didn't notice at the time that you can open it like that. I think that's really cool. I kind of like that feature, because I like being able to keep stuff like in a packet so it doesn't get all separated. Like these ones are going to end up getting like lost and muddled up because they don't have like a stand or anything. But okay, I'm going to colour this and then I will give you my final thoughts on all my stuff. Okay, cool. Yay. Well, that was kind of interesting because I kind of expected this one to be like a really pale blue, like this Fineliner was. And actually, this one kind of reminded me more of the Copic multi-liner than the... Yeah, if you put them next to each other, then it's much closer to the Copic colour than it is to that Fineliner, the big Fineliner. So, more things to think about. They didn't bleed anywhere near as much as I was expecting. They were nowhere near as bad as like actual felt tip pens that you get from like the supermarket. So yeah, that was again really interesting. They didn't blend at all, so this has kind of got a bit of a pop arty feel to it. My Portobello pop art. I didn't like the yellow. The yellow gave me so much trouble, which is why there ended up being so much orange on it, because every time I laid down the yellow, it was making really nasty blobby messes. I'm not sure if any of it will show up. There's a tiny bit there that's not really showing up, but yeah, that the yellow, I don't know if maybe it was like underfilled perhaps compared to like the others, but it just didn't want to settle nicely at all. But also I did have a bit of a bleed over here with the blue in the eye. I was trying to make purple because her eyes are kind of a pale purple, but yeah, the pink actually looked way more like red than I thought. This is like the actual, whoops, this is the actual red, and I didn't actually get to use it, so let's try it. Red. But yeah, the pink just ended up looking just like red, to be honest. Oh, it's more of a dark red than a pink, which is unfortunate. This set needs a pink. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I'm not sure if there's anything else I have to say. Yeah, they were quite vibrant with the colour laydown, so yeah, there's my little Portobello pop art picture. Yeah, and my mini review on the Fineliners. So yeah, if you guys know anywhere I can get a refill for my Copic multi-liner, wherever that's gone in my messy pile. Oh, there it is. Haha. Yeah, if anyone knows anywhere that still sells these, like in the UK, please let me know. And if you know of any like other Fineliners that do like the same shade of blue as the Copic one, because I'm going to be on the lookout for sky blue coloured Fineliners now. So yeah, but I probably will switch to this one for a while when this one does die, just for my wings and stuff, because yeah, I don't want to like change the colour of my fairy's wings like part way through the story, since I'm already like 60 something pages into my story. So yeah, it'd be a bit weird if I change colour ink now. But Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this mini review and art vlog and me talking about my fine liners. Yeah, I'm sure the second I stop recording, I'll think of something I wanted to talk about these pens, but that's always the way when you make review stuff. This is why on my Crazy Comic Lady channel I spend ages kind of making notes of everything I want to say, and it takes ages on the rare occasions that I make reviews, but it's way more fun to be spontaneous. I hope you liked this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!